Have women become easier or have men become lazier? But in the dating world, women set the bar. The fairy tale that you think about in your head will probably never happen. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of The Lunch Break Show. I'm your host, Jordan Kenshin, and wow, it's been so long, almost a year since I did one of these. Last one I did was in the notorious WTF Media Studios, the one in LA for my birthday. I'm now in New York at another WTF Media Studios. Now here, I think this is the Soho location. I'm not too certain, but it feels good, man. It feels good to be in New York yet once again. Feels good to be in front of this camera, talking to you all yet once again. I feel like it's so much that has happened that I haven't even gotten a chance to unpack for you guys. Let's start off with some of the big things, right? If you know, you see me on the Pop the Balloon. Yes, Pop the Balloon, the viral dating show with Arlette, not once, but twice, actually. Episode 32 and episode 45. I never really got to talk about the aftermath of it, how it went for me and things like that. I did sign a NDA, non-disclosure agreement about it, but you guys are my fans. You know, you guys are my supporters. You guys are the ones that love me and watch me through everything that I do. So it's only right that I dive into how that affected me. And I actually got a couple questions that I want answered. I'm going to answer and show you my perspective on today. And I want you guys to comment on this video to let me know what your thoughts are about anything that I say. So let's start off with Pop the Balloon, right? It was amazing. It was a great experience. Did it in Phoenix, Arizona. One of the best things about that experience was getting able to see Phoenix, Arizona, a place I didn't even think that I would be able to see in my lifetime. Just something that wasn't really on my bucket list, right? And after going, I found out Phoenix is a beautiful place to go. Beautiful place to probably live. I would love to live there. But enough about that. As far as the Pop the Balloon experience, the team was amazing for both times. The first time I did not find love due to the fact that I had on these shades. Not these particular, but just wearing sun shades in general. But if you know me, that's what I'm gonna do. These ones, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm diving into stuff I ain't even get to tell you. What we got on for a day, a nice tailored suit with the Cartier shades today. On the episode, I was wearing my, the first episode, I was wearing my Dolce & Gabbana ones. That clip went absolutely viral. So I got a lot of love, a lot of hate from that episode. Going to the second episode, of course, I had to wear my shades again, those ones being the Gucci ones. And I did end up finding a match. I did have to take the shades off so they could see my face. But I ended up finding a match who was a very genuine woman. Me and her worked well as friends, and I wish her nothing but the best in her life. It's unfortunate that our lives couldn't coexist, but that experience in meeting her raised a couple questions for me, right? Like red flag culture. When we matched, we talked it out and things of that nature, and a couple of things for us just didn't really coexist, right? There were some things in me that she looked at as red flags, and I started to notice, okay, this red flag culture that we have now going on, it's affecting me, because now I'm unable to match with this beautiful woman due to the fact that there's this thing on the internet, red flag culture, that, hey, these are red flags in this person that you should avoid, this, that, and the third, right? So from your perspective, from you guys' opinion, have we let red flag culture ruin dating? I mean, to me, it definitely has a negative impact on it. And I get everyone has their things, right? Everyone has their stuff that's like non-negotiables for them when dating someone. I have them as well. I would prefer my woman to be very genuine, very nice. I wouldn't want to date someone that's mean and this, things of that nature. So I do have things about me and myself that are non-negotiables. But it seems like it's the little things that people are focused on, and things that honestly people could change about themselves, or things that even make people them. Like, it's a red flag for certain people for guys to be short. It's a red flag for guys to be broke. It's a red flag if a woman wants to go out on a nice date for the first date. If a woman is accustomed to going out to Ruth Chris and she does that for herself, why shouldn't she expect to go out on a nice date like Ruth Chris on the first date? That's just the caliber of woman that she is. That doesn't mean that every woman is like this. No, that's just that woman. And it's like, because that woman prefers a certain lifestyle for herself that she set for herself, that she works on, you guys would down her for it and say that's a red flag. On the other side of that, a guy wants to go out on a cheap date, and that's what he usually eats every now and again. He just eats cheap stuff, Taco Bell, McDonald's, whatever, Olive Garden, whatever it would be, right? And for certain women, that's a red flag. When it's like, that shouldn't be your red flag. That's just something about that person that you could possibly change, or you could work with it. You might like some of the dives that this person likes. I feel like there's a way to kind of compromise if you really want to date someone. You know what I'm saying? If you really are looking to try to find your partner, there has to be those compromises there. Soon as you see those red flags and it makes you want to run away, you don't think you're part of the problem in the dating pool? While all the men are saying women are trash and have all these expectations, and women are saying, well, men are trash and they're not doing enough, which leads me into another thing, right? Very popular topic that's going on. Have women become easier, or have men become lazier? And I see the polarizing, responses to this question. I think that it'd be easy for me to say it'd be a little bit of both. I'd be taking the, the unconfrontational way out. But that's kind of what it is. I think in a sense, it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? So did the women become easier first, or did the men stop trying? And I think in a sense, not to blame women, but I think that a lot of women don't have the same requirements that they had once then. And to go into that, if their requirement isn't the same for what it is back then why would I try as hard as someone from the past? So there's my answer for you. I think that it was unintentional that women were expecting less. But in a sense, when you have all these men out here, let's be honest with it, we have all these men out here that are kind of not being who you thought that dream person was going to be. Essentially, you feel like you have to lower your expectations, right? So when you lower your expectations, you get to that point to say, all right, well, I have to essentially become easier to find a match. Most of my homegirls are telling me like, oh, you're too hard, you too picky, you know, all these different things, you're gonna be lonely forever. So those women had to lower their standards. They had to say, maybe I don't need a 6-figure guy. Maybe I don't need this, that, and the third. Maybe I don't need a guy to drive a fast car, this, that, and the third. Maybe I don't need shopping spree. You know, whatever it is that it is it for you. I think a lot of women have lowered their standards, and I think it's a bad thing. I think that women should honestly pick their standards back up and what they expect from men, because in all honesty, it's essentially a race to the bottom, right? So if every woman keeps lowering their standards, but you keep opening your legs to all these men, all you're doing is lowering your own value. women have to set the expectation. Women set the bar, believe it or not, right? Even as a man, I believe that this is wholeheartedly a man's world, but in the dating world, women set the bar. So if you have these expectations, these things that you're not going for certain guys, then naturally most guys are going to start doing more than the bare minimum. And again, this goes back into finding a balance in the everything. Because like I said, we have the red flag culture, which makes people so strict, but then you have it's a big contradiction. How can you be so strict yet still be easy? So you have to kind of make it all fluent in a sense. If you're gonna be strict, if you're gonna have these high standards for yourself for dating, keep it at that. Keep your legs closed and set the standard for dating. If you want better men, make better men. You know, it's definitely easier said than done, but I believe women set the standard in this stuff, man. I didn't even get to tell y'all what I'm eating today, so we're gonna take a little break on that. I picked up from this place I found on TikTok, Mama's 2. I got some buffalo chicken pizza and this Nana's pizza that's supposed to be like a pepperoni with spicy hot honey on it and all the good stuff. I stopped eating pork a while ago, so I'm breaking that for today. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I was doing so good, but I'm definitely breaking that for today. But yeah, just the dating culture in general, it's in a weird spot, right? Talking about all these different things. Here's one of the things I think it leads down to: fairy tales. Yes, the red flag culture. Yes, women lowering their standards and men being lazier in a sense. All of it circles around believing in these fairy tales. Now, me growing up, of course, I believed that I would have a nice young woman by now to marry, and thinking that she would love me, she would be grateful for everything that I do for her, this, that, and the third. I would be essentially her Prince Charming. And as all of us start to dive into love, I think that at the beginning, we have this fairy tale idea, right? That I'm going to meet Prince Charming. I'm going to meet my queen that's going to be submissive. I'm going to take care of her. I'm going to do this, then the third. Again, you have to find a balance with it, because if you keep chasing this perfection, if you keep chasing, oh, I can't go off on this, I need this, we're essentially trying to look for the perfect person, which doesn't exist, which it is never going to exist. The fairy tale that you think about in your head will probably never happen. So you can either accept that and try to see life or see dating for the beauty that it is, and finding what I believe is beautiful, to find the imperfections in someone and love them. You know, to really love and cherish somebody despite them getting on your nerves, but despite sometimes you hating them. Maybe I come from a different generation of love, but that's just how I feel about it. I feel like we've gone so sensitive with love that if we don't have our fairy tale, we feel like we failed. And then a lot of people start self-sabotaging their relationships, start self-sabotaging themselves, their own lives, even outside of dating. You have to, and again, I'm not trying to take the non-confrontational approach, guys. I want to be viral. You know, I want to say with the thing that's going to get the most engaging out of you. But truth be told, I would rather sit here and tell you the God honest truth and what I feel like would change dating, change life, what it is, For what I know is North America, it may be all over the world, but I haven't experienced dating all over the world. But dating here, this culture is toxic. And it would be toxic up for me to tell you, hey, don't accept a guy if he ain't making six figures. Don't accept a guy if he don't got on Rolexes, APs. Don't accept a guy if he's going to be able to retire, or vice versa. Hey guys, don't accept a woman if she's overweight. Don't accept a woman if she can't take care of herself. Don't accept a woman if she doesn't have a dad. All these things that we go on and try to make as red flags or whatever it is in the dating is only hindering us. And me personally, I never would have thought that I would have these problems until it happened. Until Pop the Balloon happened, and I got out there, because if you guys remember, I was in a deep 7-year relationship, and it took a minute to kind of unpack the problems within that, but I hadn't dated in a while. I hadn't been out there seeing multiple options for a while. I was only tied into one person for so long. So after that had came to an end, and like I said, going in to Pop the Balloon to try to see how the dating world is in here is so shallow. Everyone is so insecure and everyone is so shallow, and it's because we have all these rules and regulations of things. It's because of red flag culture. It's because, honestly, we can break it all down to the internet. But that would be lazy of us to keep blaming the internet for our problems. Deep down inside, it's us. We are the engines behind the internet. AI is based on our thoughts and feelings. The internet is a collection of the human brain and emotions. We started these problems. Our insecurities, our faults. But yet it's so easy to just blame the internet. Well, what's the face of the internet? Who is this internet? The internet is this fake figure? The fake facade for everybody? I don't think so. I think it's a collection of real people, real experiences, real emotions. And sad to say, it's more on the negative side than our positive side. Why don't we show our positive emotion to the internet? Next week, right, I will be in Atlanta doing a group trip with the Pop the Balloon alum, whatever you want to call it, right? Which essentially there'll be a lot of dating events that will be going on. So in this time span of me dating, I'll be doing all the things, going out to dinner, texting people, doing all this stuff, right? So I'm in the dating world, and I'm trying to be more open-minded to a lot of things than I was before I got into that whole relationship. And here's my point to that. I don't want to come to a point to where I'm 50, 60 year old alone by myself simply because I have these values, right? I could easily be a jerk, and go along with what the internet says, what love should be. Who wants to do that? None of you are having fun. I see all these people in real life trying to act like the effect that we put out there on dating from the internet. I see you guys out in person, and I see you hurt. I see so many lonely people. I see so many people just longing for a relationship, longing for something genuine. Me personally, I'm a very genuine person. I can't do nothing but. If you were to meet me, you would have know that, and I hope to meet some of you all one day so you can know that. But I'm a very genuine person. And the biggest problem that I have is because I'm genuine, all of you have fallen into this facade that is making it hard for me. It's like we gave the internet this idea of what dating should be, seen the negative effects of it, and then just run along with it instead of trying to change it. And then you try to pretend like you're happy. You try to pretend like money is gonna fill up the gap for being alone. Money is gonna solve for why you're not married or you don't have any kids. Money isn't gonna solve these things. And truth be told, 90% of you ain't getting money. So what are we doing here? I know I'm only one voice, right? And I don't plan to change the world overnight. Not by a long shot. But at what point do we try to bring love back into the equation? At what point do we put love on a pedestal above everything else? Because right now, everything is just transactional. Everything is circumstantial. Is that truly what makes you all happy? Getting something out of something? Getting a benefit from something? Is that the only way you find joy and happiness in this stuff? Growing up, something my mom used to tell me all the time, right? When she used to give me gifts, knowing this was probably be her last dollar. Opening those gifts, she used to say, it just brings me joy just to see you happy. So me taking from her still brought her joy. Is that not love? Is that not a feeling that we all miss? Because I know it wasn't just my mom that did that. I know we all have a dad or a grandma or somebody in your family, friends, whatever, that did something for you that didn't even benefit them, that probably hurt them. Can you recall the joy that brought you, knowing that person did that for you? So why can't we have this look on dating? So what? This person doesn't look like Kim Kardashian. Why can't I still love her the same? So what? He doesn't have money like Jeff Bezos. Why can't I love him the same? So what? He's not a street guy like the Migos or whatever. Why can't I love him the same? It's a race to the bottom. You all think it's a race to the top, but in reality, it's a race to the bottom because all you're doing is looking for the most shallow person. That's all you're doing. I can't, and I don't want to stay in this realm of dating. I can't, and I won't stay in this realm of people who are just sharks wanting a benefit. That's not what life is about. I hope that everyone can definitely find positive messages in the stuff that I say, because I realize that sometimes the things that I say don't really come off as positive, right? And another thing I want to dive into, I spoke on something in my hometown a while back, and I'm not sure if that caused a lot of backlash for me, but from the responses that you had on my social media, a lot of you guys are dealing with a lot of hate coming from your hometown. As a person that's experiences currently going through cameramen trying to run off on money from me, not to give me my services and things of that nature, going from all these popular blog pages blocking me, the most popular people from my city blocking me, and I don't even know these people. Random people blocking me from my city, and I don't even know these people. A lot of people told me, right, that I should ignore it. that I shouldn't give these people a platform. I should move on and just continue on from it. Like it doesn't affect me. And this ties back into the love thing. I've watched these people my whole life. You know, this is where I'm from. Some of these people I went to elementary school with, middle, high, whatever. Some of these people, we were ex-best friends. Some of these people, you know, I was just in their life every day. I met their mothers. Some of these people I've dated. These are exes. These are just, some of these people are family. And people expect you to have a black heart, to have a cold heart to it. It should just roll off. Y'all are treating y'all life like y'all are robots. You want to have a black heart when it comes to dating. You want to have a black heart when it comes to caring about people not caring about you. It affected me. To tell you the truth, it hurt me. It crushed me, and I stayed with myself in that emotion for a while, trying to say, how can I please these people? Can I show more love to the city? I did that. Hundreds of thousands of views to some local places, by the way. Could I work with up and coming creators and things in the city to try to show light to them? I did that. Can I offer my services for free for certain people just to give them the recognition I feel like they deserve? I did that. I've done everything I possibly can to try to get these people to love me, essentially. And it hurt. I'm sitting here in a whole nother city, in a studio that a lot of famous people were in and walked through. I'm going to meet the famous, infamous DJ Academics tonight. I'll be going to Atlanta next week. All this stuff feels good, right? It doesn't come close to the feeling it would have gave me from my own hometown to show me the love that all these other places do. And yes, I will continue to move forward. That doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. You put so much into something, as I know a lot of you do. Us creators, us people trying to take a better path and changing your life with anything that you do. I know it takes a lot. I know it takes a lot to work a job, then go to a studio. You gotta go paint. You gotta go create, record. You gotta do anything. I know it takes a lot to do it. People don't understand the work that we put into something, the love that we put into something, the greatness we try to put out into the world just for your home base not to show you love on it. It hurts. And for those people that agreed and wanted me to talk about it, I understand you. I hear you and I feel you. And everybody else gonna say fuck them. That's what everybody else gonna say. Move forward. I'm telling you this. Walk with love. It sounds boring, right? Again, the more controversial shit would be, man, fuck them. Keep going. What we worry about them for? Walk with love. It doesn't hurt to... Let me say it like this. It may hurt you in that moment to care about these things, but as you continue to walk through life in a genuine space, That means showing I'm hurt, showing I'm happy, being vulnerable in a sense. People think that makes you prey. That makes you a predator. In every room you walk in, you're gonna be so unpredictable because no one's expecting that. Everybody expecting you to act like a facade. Whatever image you showing, somebody's gonna already be expecting you to act like that. And that's why I'm getting as far as I am, because I'm only am who I am. There's no facade to it. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care how y'all feel. They clown me on Pop the Balloon for wearing shades. Here we are again. They could clown me in my views and this and the third. Well, here we are. Still can drop a TikTok, get all the love I need to. That's what walking with love gets you. Opportunity after opportunity. They sit here and wonder how I'm able to constantly keep doing something, how I'm constantly able to keep maneuvering, adapting to everything, because I just walk with love. I don't keep that hate in my heart. It's a lot easier said than done. But that's just my message to those who actually care, who it actually hurts. I know because I see y'all trying. And it's nothing against you. Truth be told, a lot of these people that hate us, you know what it is? They want to be you. A lot of the people that hate you, they want to be you. They want your spot. They feel like you had an advantage. They feel like you got some stuff that they ain't got. They don't even know half the story. That's the crazy part. They don't even know half your story. They don't see no long hours that you going through, none of that. They don't see none of the tears that you putting in this stuff. They don't see all the money that you wasted. They don't see all the money that you lost. They just see the benefits, the rewards. So you gotta really tell yourself, this person only know half the story. How much do they really know me? Because if you really knew me, you wouldn't even be feeling like that towards me. Walk with love. Don't let these people corrupt you into hate. Don't let these people make you stone cold, cold-hearted, whatever it is. Don't let these people take the emotion out of you. An emotion is what makes you different than AI. An emotion is what makes you different than a robot. An emotion is what makes you human. I don't know when we got this idea that emotions make us weak. Maybe it's only in the Black community. Maybe it's everywhere. I'm not too certain, but I just know that this is false idea that emotions make us weak. And it can make you one of the strongest people in this world if you use it right. But how are you gonna use it? Will you use it to manipulate people? Will you use it for your own benefit? Or will you use it just to be yourself, just to be a human, just as in a way to express yourself? Positive ways that still can get a benefit. I've seen some people on the internet, I've seen some people in real life just be themselves in their vulnerable states. And people loved it. I aspire to be one of those people who get loved for being my vulnerable self and nothing else. The gimmicks are cool. The gimmicks are what gets the eyes. Don't get me wrong, but I would never let a gimmick make who Jordan Kenshin is. When I went on to Pop the Balloon, I was me. I was genuine. And I was fortunately brought the genuineness out of someone, and we connected for a moment. She felt it. Go back and watch episode 45, Pop the Balloon. Jordan Kenshin, I'm the 6th contestant. I love you all. I truly, truly do. Even to the ones that hate me and don't support me, I love you. I love you even more. I love you to the ones who do support me, who watch me, who like, who comment, who share, who message me positivity, who try to keep me going through everything when I'm feeling down about myself or feeling down about whatever it is at the time. I love you all. And it's everything that I say is meant to be for a positive message. It's boring. You may not want to hear it. It may not be flashy. I think I'm flashy enough. But it's what you need to hear to heal. Is the world not ready to heal? We talk about all these problems, right, that we have with all this stuff. When are we gonna start taking action and changing it and fixing it? I'm already starting to take action because I don't want to deal with this. When we have kids brought up in this world, I don't want them to deal with this. I don't need little girls thinking they need to have a BBL before they graduate high school. I don't need my guy Tommy thinking that he gotta have an AMG before he get his bachelor's. Before he get his first job, he gotta drive around in a Scat Pack. And I don't want these people to think that the person they have to meet has to be perfect in order to be with them. I don't want these people to get discouraged when they start their dream and their friends and family aren't reposting their stuff and showing the love that they need to. You should want the same. Again, I love y'all. I'm back in New York for a little while. I'm going to see my guy, Academics. I gotta go change and everything. I gotta show y'all real quick. Let me just show y'all this. All right, you know I love y'all, so I didn't eat. I'm starving, and my slices are cold now. But like I said, I love y'all. But here are these slices from the pizza shop. I got Mama's too. These look absolutely delicious. Excited to be in New York. I'm excited for Atlanta next week. You guys just, stay posted on everything that I do. I'm at Jordan Kenshin on every platform. You can Google me if you have a problem. Jordan Kenshin. I promise you I'm gonna pop up. I love updating you guys on my life, man. I swear I do. Till next time, right? I don't know where it's gonna be. I don't know when it's gonna be. But you gon' see me again. All right, y'all.
Yeah, I was trying to give you time to at least eat.
Thank you. Look.
Good, right?
Oh, what y'all think?
Oh, let me get some pictures